Junior Christina Ray. Junior Bailey Ellis. Senior Rosario Bowman. Please rise for the Mount Enterprise School Song.
Good afternoon, everybody. Keith Whitman along with Jason here. Oh, man, we got a loud speaker right next to our microphone out there, Jason.
Yeah, it's a little loud.
Yeah, we might have to move that here in a minute during one of our breaks. But Keith Whitman here. We are glad to be here in Mount Enterprise, Texas for the Friday Night Football district play between the visiting Overton Mustangs and the Mount Enterprise Wildcats. And this will be my first game here for Overton or Mount Enterprise. So it'll be nice to kind of see these two teams go at it. They're pretty good teams. Jason, you got a chance to kind of look a little bit about what these teams are. Why don't you kind of talk to us about them?
Yeah. As far as the visitors, the Overton team is a pretty balanced team. It's led by Bryce Steele at quarterback. He's got a lot of good weapons out there for him. He's got two wide receivers that are usually pretty reliable in Bobbitt and Edwards. He's also got a great running back in sophomore Weir. So they've got a lot of threats for Overton, where on Mount Enterprise side, they are going to pound the baseball. I've already started.
We've already started baseball.
Yeah, we've already started baseball here. They're going to pound the football down their throats. They are big on the run. They've got that big running back, Keegan Ash, and, Alsop is just going to, I'm not going to say he's going to be content to just hand the ball off, but Overton is going to have to control Ash in order to make them get out of their game plan just a little bit. But
right.
Mount Enterprise, they average around 300 yards on the ground per game. So it's going to be a challenge for the Mustangs, and we'll see what they do.
So all in all, we got a good football game going on. And I will say, I talked a couple of weeks ago about the fact that I haven't seen a grass field. I think you were the one we were talking about in a long time. And here we are in a grass field. We're going to go to the field right now for the national anthem on NetSN. We'll be right back. And a good job by the Mount Enterprise Band for the national anthem. And as the band will make their way off the field, we're going to take time actually to look down and see who their captains are. And Jason, if you'll take a look across the field and see who Overton's captains are, and I'll take a look at and see who the Wildcats captains are. While we're doing that, the Wildcats have a 2-2 record here in district, as I believe, what did we say, 3-1 for Overton. Go ahead with the captains for Overton.
Yeah, for Overton, it looks like you have number 22. That's going to be Cole Chapman. Number 20, that's going to be Jaden Edwards, that deep threat for Overton. Number 11, Bryson Bobbitt, the other receiver that's pretty deadly for them. And it looks like number 10, Bryce Steele, their senior quarterback.
And for the Wildcats, you've got number 3, Keegan Ash, the running back. You've got Tracy Thompson, number 4. You've got quarterback Aiden Alsop coming out there. And number 55, looks like the linebacker, Aiden Rogers. They're going to head out there. And we're going to look and see who's going to have the ball to start things off. As you say, it's a running game mainly for Mount Enterprise. So we'll see how this game goes for both of these teams. And I love small town football. I grew up in a bigger school, White House, of course, not a huge school, but it's a bigger school. So I love seeing these small town games and the communities come out. We passed by some smokers coming in and some good meat and smell, and made me want to just go back and stand there and all night long.
Yeah, they do cook it up at these smaller games. But to these guys, I know this is just a big game because this has a lot of district implications here.
Well, they're right down the road from each other, so you got a big crowd across the way. They're still coming in on the Overton side, and of course, when you look down right here on the Mount Enterprise side, a lot of big people, a lot of big fans here, big crowd and standing room as well when you look down the fence area. So go down to the field, see how the toss is going, and looks like Mountain Enterprise won the toss. They're going to defer to the second half.
Won the toss, deferred to the second half.
So Overton will more than likely, they'll more than likely take the ball.
Mustangs will receive to start the ball game. The Wildcats will defend the south goal.
Yeah, and I was looking at pregame. Normally, at least for the larger schools, you have a lot of the kicking game getting warmed up prior to the game. I didn't see a whole lot of that at the start of this game. I did see a couple of kickers. I'm not sure if there was just some guys playing around.
Right.
But I have a feeling this game's not going to be decided on the foot of anybody.
Right.
I didn't see anything just super aggressive, super accurate. So
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of ground game. Usually in some smaller schools, and I've done a couple of small schools this year. I think you and I did Buffalo and ARP. You don't see a lot of air. You see a lot of run. You see a lot of things on the ground. So looking forward to watching this and getting this going here, as it looks like Mount Enterprise is ready to get going. And I believe number 17, Rubio, is going to kick and do a little short kick there for an onside kick, and we're going to see who gets it. And Overton saying they got it and waiting for the official call, but no, they did not. Mount Enterprise starts the game off with a little razzle-dazzle, Jason.
Yeah, and that was the kicker I saw pre-game, and he was doing that. He did that a few times, so I'm not sure if that's just their style of play. I guess we're fixing to see what they do on the ground at this point, because we know Mount Enterprise is going to come at them with that running game, and Overton's front needs to stop that and force them to pass.
So it looks like even though they deferred to the second half, Mount Enterprise is going to have the ball to start the game off on a good little onside kick there to start off the ball game. So 11:55. So that took 5 seconds off. Mount Enterprise already with a turnover. So here we go. Under center is Alsop with the toss to the outside. That's going to go to Ash. Ash tries to run up and is stopped. Gets a 1-yard gain, but is drugged back to the original line of scrimmage. But forward progress is going to get him on that 1 yard.
And Overton had a good job in their pursuit angles on that. They kept him running flat. He was not able to get upfield. So Overton will do pretty well if they can control the run game like that. That's going to be Mount Enterprise's job, is to try to break it open early.
And hopefully they can do that. Keegan Ash with a lot of speed on there. They're going to give it to him again to the outside. Tries to find an opening, but a good job of keeping it flat as number 17, who's that, Brody Brown, the junior for Overton, does a good job. And this is where you get to watch. And, Jason, I love doing this, and you and I talk this a lot. Fundamental football is flatlining. You bring them down, those defensive linemen, and I was a defensive lineman, you watch. Your offensive lineman tries to step out, bring you in, you flatten it out, and you push them to the sideline and make them find that hole. You cut them back, you got your linebackers.
Yeah, and number 2, Rylan Holman, he extended that quite a bit.
It's going to be a handoff up the middle to Ash again. He finds a little bit of a hole and gets about right to the line to gain, maybe a yard shy. And so Keegan Ash doing a good job on his legs, finding a place there to gain some yardage. And they're running a little bit of a wishbone look formation, if I remember correctly. Of course, it's been over 20 years since I've seen a wishbone, but that's what it looks like to me. It's not a T formation, but it looks a little bit more. Well, there's your offset, but most of the time it's a wishbone. And there's a handoff, and Justin Ware for Overton gets into the backfield and stops them on that crucial 3rd and 1.
That was 4th and 1, so there is a change of.
It was 4th and 1. I apologize. The over across that 3rd.
Yeah, and they did a great job on that play. Mount Enterprise seems to want to run a hurry up type offense, which is great. But so far, that defensive line for Overton, those big guys aren't tired yet.
Right. So the turnover early goes for naught as Mount Enterprise does a turnover themselves on downs, and now Overton has the ball. Shotgun formation. It's going to be a handoff and another little toss out, and no! Doesn't go anywhere. Jaden Edwards tries to get it. And who on the defense got that one, Jason? Did you see?
Yeah, that was Lucas Burkhart, number 25. He took the quarterback, or he took the initial handoff and just stayed with it and just met him right there at the pitch. So
didn't take that fake, did he?
Not at all. I mean, that was almost textbook defensive end play right there. Or defensive tackle, excuse me.
So a big loss on the play. Looks like it was a loss of about 9 on the play. It'll be 2nd down for the Mustangs. There's the snap. Here's the throw to the outside. It is caught. That's going to be caught by number 2, Ryan Holman, I believe. And he gains a good gain.
Yeah, Rylan Holloman, he's one of those that they do need to watch in the Mount Enterprise thing, because Overton is a more balanced offense. They will pass it in a heartbeat. So still back there will make that.
And a flag on the play. I'm not sure who's that going to be on. There was movement on the defensive line, but I'm not sure if he was drawn off, because the offense did move, and that's what they're going to call. They're going to call offside, or excuse me, false start on the offense. So you go from second down and long to 3rd and short, and now you're 3rd and 7 here in this situation. And Overton does not need to do that. They've got to get something going here and keep it going instead of shooting themselves in the foot. Little blitz going, and the ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage. And it looked like that was number 6, and I believe it was Connor Pollard was the one who tipped that, Jason. So it brings up 4th down and the punt team for the Mustangs.
Yeah, so far both offenses I think are just trying to feel their way through and find out what they're going to do. We're going to see which one gets on the board first. I mean, because there will be a score, I promise you.
Here's the punt, and nobody back deep for Mount Enterprise. And that one's going to take a good play, probably going to mark it down at about the 10-yard line of Wildcat territory, and that's where it'll be. So the Wildcats, after getting it early on a trick play, a little onside kick. Sorry about that. My brain is in fog. A little onside kick, and then they turn it over on downs, and then they do a good stop against the Mustangs, and now the Wildcats will have it 1st down and 10 on their own 10-yard line.
Yeah, and both these teams are 6-2, so I mean they're both really good teams. This very well may be a back and forth game all 4 quarters.
And this is a big game for the Wildcats because they're 2-2, and it's got to keep them in that district hunt. Ash on the carry. He gets to the 40. He's to the 45, midfield, past the 50, and in Mustang territory, down to the 39-yard line of Overton, and a good run by Keegan Ash. And there's that run game that you were talking about, and we have a little bit of a timeout on the field as an injured player goes down. And we're going to take a short break. You're watching NetSN, brought to you by Azalea Orthopedics. Don't go anywhere.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
So that was Holloman that went down. Looked like it was a hand or an arm injury there, Jason.
Yeah, and that they definitely do not need him going down at this point. I mean, he's one of the big playmakers for that offense. So hopefully he's okay, maybe just a little sting or something like that, and he'll be back on the field shortly.
Want to do a quick shout-out to Jaron Peoples. He chatted with us, and he was originally going to do this game for you guys, and he had a personal issue he had to take care of, so we gladly stepped in and was able to do this for y'all. And, of course, we don't do him justice to be able to do this game, but to step into his shoes. It's going to be first down and 10, a toss to Ash. Ash heads to the left-hand side. He's hit, breaks about 4 or 5 tackles, but the rest of the team has time to catch up as the Overton defense swarms and takes him down after a gain of about 3. I think he ran 45 yards to gain 3, Jason.
Yeah, I think that was Tracy Thompson, number 4,
that
actually
okay.
had that ball. Thompson's a little more of a bruising type back from what I can tell. But, you know, him and Ash in that backfield, that's why they have the running game they have here at Mount Enterprise.
And for those of you who don't know, Jason is he keeps me going. My eyes are not the greatest, so he keeps me on the right track here. Second down. That's a handoff up the middle. That's Ash. I know that. I did see that number. Sometimes I don't see the numbers as good as I'm supposed to there. Gets a good gain and kind of hurdles a couple of people to get there, and that'll bring up third down and shorten no huddle offense. And another handoff up the middle, but that one's going nowhere. Good penetration by the Overton defense, trying to see there's a defensive lineman on the bottom of the pile. I'm trying to get his number. And that's going to be number 73. Big number 73, Ethan Oates. He's a sophomore. That's a sophomore. That's a big sophomore.
That sophomore eats like he's supposed to.
He is well fed and well bred there in Overton, Texas. Fourth down and short. Also looking at the sidelines. Now back under center. He's going to hand off to Ash. Ash finds a hole and gets the first down and about 5 more yards to gain on that. So a good fourth down conversion for the Wildcats with 6:27 left in the first quarter. No score yet here in Mount Enterprise, but an exciting game nonetheless.
Yeah, that left side, I mean, you got big man on Overton right there in the middle, but that left side is a little smaller for that Overton D-line, so they took advantage of that.
And it's going to be handoff to number 10. No, excuse me. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
They did a little trickery there as Belgart was under center, and they handed it off to Alsop. They threw me off. And guys, y'all need to let the guys up at the booth know when you're going to do that.
Hey, they're pulling out all the stops. I mean, I really view this as a big, this is a big game for Mount Enterprise in particular. They're wanting to kind of assert their dominance on Overton at this point, but they want to go 4-2 versus 3 versus 4, 3-2.
Handoff up the middle to Ash. Ash gets a good push and a first down and a little bit more.
Yeah,
and good job there.
Yeah, they're going so quick. I'm getting tongue-tied trying to talk about them.
And I will say, I like they do that. We used to do this when I played, and I'm trying to see how old these coaches are. They're using old school plays, how I used to do. But they run to that line. The only thing they're missing is the old Tom Landry cowboy lift up and then get down into the stand.
That victory formation.
Yeah. It'll be first down and 10. Ball spotted at the 15-yard line deep into Overton territory as the Wildcats hand it off. That's going to be to number 4, Thompson. Thompson's going to take it to the outside to the 5-yard line. He pushes him, drives down to about the 3. The clock's still running. No, they're going to call a little timeout there.
Thompson on the carry and on the stop.
Referee said to keep the clock running, then he said stop it. I guess they're going to move the chains. It'll be first down and goal. They're going to spot the ball at about the 3.5. They'll call it 4.
Yeah, this whole game so far has just looked old school. I mean, from the field, the natural field,
yeah,
all the way to both these offenses.
I feel like I'm watching one of my games. They even got the stripes in the end zones. Like, this is just. Whew,
if they had the old baggy jerseys, it'd be perfect.
Yeah. It's a handoff up the middle. That's Ash. Ash is just going to dig his head down deep and drive it in. Touchdown, Mount Enterprise.
That O-line got a big push on that left side. The wingback was on the same side, so he came in and helped. Ash just followed his big guys in, and now we got 6.
That was a heck of a drive. Jay, I'm exhausted. I was standing up most of that drive, and I got to sit down now. I'm winded, and I'm not a small dude.
It started on their own 10-yard line.
Yeah.
So, now, granted, the big run by Ash did help.
Well, a couple of big runs, and then you got Thompson that did some good stuff there. They're going for 2. It's going to be a toss out to Ash. He's going to kick and going to get in there for the 2-point conversion. So just like that, with 4:24 left in the first quarter, your score here at Mountain Enterprise, the Wildcats 8, the Mustangs 0. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We got a good one here in East Texas on NetSN, brought to you by Azalea Orthopedics. We'll be right back. And we're back. We're going to see how Rubio does it this time with the Wildcats, and he's going to kick that one away. That's going to go to number 30, Gabe Miller, kinda. Miller drops down on that. What happened there? I was looking down at something.
Yeah, he just reached back and kicked that one. Most of the Mustangs were up within 20 yards, so they were looking for a kick like that, and he just kicked it a little deeper than them. And between Rowe and number 20, Edwards, I believe, they just swallowed the ball up and left it right there at about the 29-yard line.
Yeah, number 28, Sean Lloyd of the Wildcats, a little slow to get up, but is that number 28 or 22? I think it's 28.
It's like 28.
Yeah, get a little slow getting up, but he gets off on his own power. Good job. We like to see that. Going to be first and 10, and the Mustangs now going to have a chance as they're on their own 27-yard line, looks like. 29. Throw to the outside. It's caught. And immediately brought down. That's going to be Jaden Edwards. And also playing both ways, so that's another way it's old school.
Yeah.
Playing both ways, but also gets it.
Yeah, and he had good coverage on that. I mean, it was a good quick out pass, but gained a couple yards, but also swallowed him right where he was at.
It's going to be second down and 7 after the 3-yard pass. Still behind. 3-step drop. Looks. Runs to the left-hand side. Tries to find a receiver. He's going to tuck it and go. He's going to get passed into first down territory and kind of sashayed out of bounds.
There's a flag down right here.
Belgard. Oh, laundry on the field?
Yeah.
Could be holding territory, looks like.
At the snap, he dropped it out of his pocket, so usually somebody may allow it offsides.
It's going to be offsides, yeah. That penalty is going to be declined as he gets a first down. So they're going to spot the ball at about the 42-yard line is where he was taken out of bounds by Harry Belgard, the linebacker. He's a freshman linebacker, mind you. A lot of youngsters on this Mountain Enterprise team. pass to the outside by Still. Still they get a catch by his receiver, trying to see who the receiver is as he's thrown out of bounds at about, I believe, the 47-yard line.
I believe that's Bryson Bobbitt out there.
That's in Mount Enterprise territory, whatever it is. So the Mustangs on the move with 3:24 left in the first quarter.
Couldn't tell 100% sure if that was Bobbitt or if that was Holman.
These referees making sure that this clock is still running. That's a handoff up the middle. That's a face mask, but not called. And the ball went on the ground. And I'm sorry, that was did you see that? I did.
I did not see it.
On the carry.
I'm a Monday morning quarterback, but I saw that on Friday night.
Yeah, Chris Foster, the sophomore, number 76, picked up that ball and it hit the ground and kind of took a lick because of it, but I believe they already had it blown down.
That's going to be second down. Probably about 6 to go, looks like. Pass to the outside. That's going to be caught. And a good run. That's going to be number 8, Jacob Osborne. He's going to be taken out of bounds. And that's going to be Thompson's going to take him out of bounds, but a first down by the Mustangs. 2:36 left in the first quarter, and the Mustangs on the move. And off up the middle. Where? Looks like a fullback running in there.
Yeah, and I mean, Overton's doing a good job. They're spreading the ball around. The defense isn't really able to focus on anything because they're all over the field with it. So it's a good job by Overton so far.
Second and 7. Still back, throws underneath, and it's picked off. Picked up by also brings it back. He's down in midfield. He's got a blocker, kinda, and he makes it to the 30. He gets tripped up and down at the 21-yard line and rolls to the 20. That's where they're going to spot it. And he got tripped up. Bryce Still chases him down and gets a swipe at the foot. And the Wildcats puts a stall on the Mustangs' push towards the end zone.
No, definitely not what you wanted to see if you were Bryce Still. I mean, he had a guy underneath at that point.
Wide open.
I don't know.
I think it was Jacob Osborne was right underneath. They did a little drag route with him, and he was right there.
Yeah, he was trying to get it to Edwards and just, threw it just a little off, and Alsop made him pay for it.
First down and 10. It's going to be a handoff. That's to Alsop now. They did the trick again with Belgart.
Yeah, and Belgart he's a freshman, but he is a freshman quarterback. So
Right.
I'm sure he does know the offense. And, I mean, using that playbook, I mean, that's just smart by the coaching staff here at Mount Enterprise.
1:35 and counting here in the first quarter. And it's going to be second down. It looks like 4 to go. And that's going to be Belgard again under center. And a handoff up the middle goes nowhere. Ball hits the ground. And, of course, the Mustangs say they have it, but no report yet. Oh, there it is. And the Wildcats retain possession.
Yeah, I believe Ash, he got wrapped up pretty quick. I think his bottom was on the ground before the ball ever popped out. So
no gain on the play. So it'll be third down. And let's see what the Mustangs dream up here.
yeah, and if you're Overton, you want to get a stop on this one. I mean, you don't want to go down 2 scores this early, especially off miscues. So let's see.
Yeah, I agree. Mustangs defense got to make a stop. It's going to be a toss to Ash. Ash dives to the left a little bit, gets a first down and more. Gain of about 10 looked like on the play and a first down. And they're going to put him at, I believe, the 5-yard line. So it'll be first and goal, actually from the 6, looks like.
Yeah, and he was stopped at about the line of scrimmage, but he just kept his legs moving, and then he just jumps to the right.
Yeah.
And then finds another crease and goes for another 6.
He did a little hop. He's good athlete. So first and goal, and then they're going to put him at the 6-yard line. Handoff. That's going to be Thompson. Thompson does a little shimmy in himself and into the end zone. Touchdown. And the Wildcats once again on the board. in the end zone.
And that's Thompson right there. I mean, he
Yeah.
was headed towards the pylon, but then he just stopped and said, no, there's some contact to be had. So
Yeah.
he stopped and just went straight at that defender and just pushed himself in over the goal line.
And that's with 8 seconds left in the first quarter. We haven't even gotten through the first quarter yet, guys.
And that's one thing Mount Enterprise has shown, and like we talked about pregame, was they will run the football.
So 2-point conversion going. Hand up the middle, Alsop is there. Ash gets it, and he just kind of shoves a couple of players out of the way for the 2-point conversion. And, well, that's what they get. So with 8 seconds left in the first quarter, 16-0 is your score, as the Wildcats of Mount Enterprise are just kind of showing what they got here for the home crowd on senior night here in Mount Enterprise. We'll be right back. You're watching NetSN Live in East Texas. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And we are back. Rubio set to kick off, and it's going to do another little onside kick, and the ball's loose, and it's got again by the Wildcats. That's going to be number 15, Tanner Wilburn, and just snags that ball out of thin air. And the Wildcats have the ball again. Not letting Overton get any traction.
No, Overton's, they're playing for that, but it just, I mean, they had a hands unit in, it looked like, but just not able to get to the ball, and Mount Enterprise took advantage.
And it looks like Mount Enterprise is just, they're playing to get that score up high and not going to let Overton have any type of opportunity to get that foothold they need. Handoff to Alsop to the outside, and he's hit and will go down, a loss of 1 on the play. And it looks like Belgert is the quarterback they're going to stick with right now, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So we're through 1 here in Mount Enterprise, 16-0, and it's all the Mount Enterprise Wildcats so far. A little bit of shine by Overton, but the interception kind of took that shine off, and we'll see what happens in the second quarter. We'll be right back to Mount Enterprise.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
And we are back for the start of the second quarter. Anxious to see what happens here as they switch sides, and Mount Enterprise going to head the other direction, see what they can get going and keep their momentum up. Overton hasn't really shown their defense that they showed in the first drive at the beginning of the ball game.
No, and you wonder if they're getting tired, because this little rush offense is going to wear them.
That's going to be Ash. He's going to go to the right-hand side and get looks to be about a 9-yard gain on the carry. And Jason, correct me if I'm wrong, and you may have seen this, but he often seems to get about 3 or 4 yards after the initial hit. He gets hit, but they're not wrapping up. They're not tackling on the Overton side. So he's not really doing what he needs to do on the defensive wise. Now, Ash is, as a running back, gets that initial hit and breaks to the side or breaks to the left. But as a defensive player, the defensive players are not doing what they need to do with the wrap up.
No, they're trying to go for the big hit, and unfortunately, he's a well balanced runner, so he's able to keep his feet and gain what he needs to gain, just like he did right there to gain that first down.
And with that, you're correct. He gets first down. The ball did hit the ground, but he picked it back up, and Ash's going to come out for a little break. And looks like Otwell's going to come in for him.
Yeah, another one of those young players. I mean, they are really stacked with some young kids on this Mount Enterprise team.
And it looks to me, Jason, that they don't have they brought in up their either their JV or their freshman team, and they just did away with it for district. And that was going to be number 7. That was Hooten. No, sorry, that was Thompson on the carry, and doesn't go anywhere. He gets stopped by, I believe, Garrett Boney, number 54 in company.
Yeah, big senior. He did wrap up. So hopefully maybe I'm sure them coaches have told them over on the sideline that, the big hits aren't going to do it tonight. You have to wrap up because these guys are bouncing everywhere, keeping their balance, and they're gaining big yards because of it.
And I believe you and I may have talked about this, and we'll talk in a minute. 2nd down and 10, and that's going to be a quarterback sneak up the middle as Belgart tries to gain some yardage, and he does. A good 5-yard play. But we've talked about this before. The fundamentals of tackling have kind of gone away to the big hits. They want that ESPN play. They want that moment where they can get on the top 10. Whereas when you and I played, it was all about, head across the front. You can't see what you can't hit what you can't see. Hit, squeeze,
yeah,
and fold them over. 3rd down. That's a handoff to Ash, and he's hit, but once again gains a couple of yards, but not very much. He's going to gain maybe 3 on the play. But it'll bring up 4th down either way.
Yeah, and why punt it now? I mean, you've been able to gain those yardage. I say they just keep going at this point. But yeah, talking about the hitting stuff. I mean, and I understand it's harder to get those big hits because of the way the rules have changed regarding tackling,
right?
Regarding hitting somebody, defensive receivers, all that wonderful stuff. So football has changed, evolved. So.
Handoff up the middle. That's going to be Ash again. And he'll get the first down just a little bit more, maybe about 2 yards past the first down line to gain. So 9:02 left in the first half. Clock's going to continue to run. Haven't seen much passing on the Mount Enterprise side. Haven't really needed to. They've got a run game that seems to be doing the job. And by the way, if you are watching us tonight, first of all, we appreciate it. And second of all, go ahead and chat with us. Let us know where you're chatting from, who you're rooting for. We always like to see who's watching and where you're watching from. We always try to see how far away people are watching from. 1st down and 10, it's going to be a handoff to Thompson. Thompson's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage. Trying to see who hit. I believe that was number 30 who got the initial hit, Gabe Miller, the sophomore.
Yeah, and Thompson, I think he paused. The handoff was a little delayed. I think he paused, and when he did, he stood straight up. He's a downhill.
Looking for a hole.
Yeah, he's a downhill runner. He doesn't. If he stands up, that takes away all his momentum. Overton took advantage of that and stopped him for that no gain.
And I love to see. I'm watching here. They do the running end of the plays. They don't do the signs and the chicken wing and the flapping of the arms to get the play into the team. They do the old school running in the play of the players. 2nd down, handoff to Ash. Ash to the outside, bounces, finds a hole, puts some punishment on somebody, gets past the line to gain. He's still going, and he into the end zone. Touchdown. Wildcats. And I would say Wildcats, but that's all touchdown Keegan Ash because he went just nonstop.
Yeah, and Hunter Kilmer, I'm not speaking ill of him at all, but he went in to make a tackle, and Ash just said, nope, not today. Ran him over. I mean, I want to say Kilmer's legs had stopped. He keeps them legs moving. I think we got a different outcome on that play, but great running by Ash.
That was a good job. We got a shout out by MVE Greasy. He's in Tenaha, Texas. They're from Tenaha, Texas, rooting for Tenaha alumni Scott Ponder, the Mount Enterprise head coach. And Mount Enterprise head coach is happy with that, with yet another 2-point conversion going in. So with 7:40 left in the first half, Your score here in Mount Enterprise, the Wildcats 24. The Mustangs hadn't got anything there yet, but we got a long game. It's not as long as it was just a minute ago, but it's running out of time if you're a Mustang fan, but they still got time. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And we are back. Rubio about to kick, well, we don't know what yet. He's going to kick it off and kick it straight back, and they're going to down the ball. That's going to be number 30, Gabe Miller. And once again, we're going to do a shout-out to Jaron Peoples and Josh Jarrett. Both of them were supposed to be here tonight, but Jason and I had to step in for them. And Jaron had some things he had to get taken care of, so we stepped in and are taking care of business. Not as good as they could, but we're trying.
No, I'm just in awe of how they do it. So
oh, yeah,
I'm just trying not to screw it up that bad.
Oh yeah, we hope to not embarrass you guys too much tonight. With 7:39 left in the first half, it's going to be first down and 10 as the Mustangs going to try to at least get something on the board before they go in to that halftime locker room. It's going to be handoff up the middle, and he's tripped up as that's Justin Ware. And he's tripped up by, I believe, was it R.J. Roberts?
I believe so.
No, the defensive lineman comes in from the left side of the line and, gets that tackle. So 1 yard gain, second down and 9. One step drop, throw to the outside. A good catch and a first down and a little bit more for the Mustangs. I can't see who caught it.
That was Jaden Edwards, number 20.
Good job by Jaden Edwards. Good throw by Bryce Steele.
Yeah, and that has worked for them so far. When they've done it, it's worked pretty well for them. Quick pass, let that receiver do his work, but Mount Enterprise is going to have to adapt to that, and Overton's got to stick with what works.
Still back, throws to the outside, another catch and a stop and go as Holloman trying to get something going and goes out of bounds, and he's hit out of bounds, but no flag, as I believe they're going to just say that was inadvertent. But Mustangs now into Wildcat territory at the 45-yard line. Clock running 6:47 left in the first half. Throw to the outside is Steele. That's another catch. And they're moving the ball. It's a first down and a little bit more as he's in the old field. He's down to the 15-5 touchdown. There is a flag on the play, so we won't make the call yet.
Yeah, it's gonna stand because there was too many men on the field. The Wildcat player was trying to get off before the snap, and he was still about 3 or 4 yards onto the playing field when the ball was snapped. So
was that Jaden Edwards on the touchdown?
I believe that was. I was watching the flag.
Yeah, too many men on the field. That call is declined. So touchdown for Overton. So they are on the board, and that's where they've been wanting to be all night long, and they get that touchdown.
Yeah, and they stuck with what had been getting them there. So I expect to see a lot more of that. I expect to see Steele throwing it to a lot of those receivers, spreading it out. And then, working the run back into it. But Mount Enterprise is going to have to make an adjustment on that and maybe play them a little tighter, not give them so much room.
2-point conversion. Still back. He's going to pull to the left. He's going to try to run it in himself. He's got it open and just kind of trots in. 2-point conversion is there. So finally got it going for the Mustangs. 6:32 left in the first half. And your score 24-8. And we have a chat going on here. And MV Greasy again says that Keegan Ash, is the real deal. The kid will end up with historic rushing numbers. I have to agree, and Jason probably agrees as well. Just in tonight, watching him run, that boy, he just has the ability to find the open lane and even when he's hit, he can just bounce off and get where he's going.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest. I looked at Max Preps, looked at the stats, and you got an offense that's averaging 300 plus yards a game on the ground. I'm not gonna lie. Max Preps, it depends on who enters those stats a lot of times. So I'm a little skeptical at times, but I will agree with you at this point. Mr. Ash is the real deal.
Yeah.
He's doing great tonight, and I think those Wildcats are very happy. He's back there wearing number 3 for him.
But I'm going to say this right now. You better watch out for Mr. Jaden Edwards because he looks like the real deal, too. He got a little speed there once he had an open field, and you got to be careful if they throw that little out route, even a little slant route if he gets it good, because he can give him a little grass, he'll go.
Yeah,
and
Overton's,
speaking of grass, they have grass.
Yeah, Overton's got weapons. They've got plenty of weapons. They've shot themselves in the foot a couple times, but if they get going, it's gonna get a little tighter, and it's gonna be just a great game.
So for the first time, Mustangs are going to kick off, and they're going to try a little onside kick, and they don't do as good a job as Rubio did, as the Wildcats will take it. Number 18, Kalen Solomon, gets that and does exactly what he's supposed to, drops to the ground.
Yeah, he gave him great starting field position. That's that tight end defensive back right there. He put them hands on it, and he was like, nah, I'm good. I'm just going to get it right here.
And also, if you're watching, go ahead and stick around for the halftime show. And the halftime show is not us. So you don't have to worry about that. If you're thinking, no, I don't want to do that because I don't want to listen to you guys any more than I have to. No, the halftime show is we'll just show the bands and all that kind of good stuff. First down and 10, a handoff up the middle. I believe that's going to be Alsop on the carry. Yep, Alsop comes to the right-hand side, makes about 2 yards. But, yeah, we'll have the bands performing at halftime. It is senior night here at Mount Enterprise. And before the game, they had all of the seniors out on the track. It was kind of a nice deal. It took me back to last year, my daughter's senior year at Troop ISD. So I got to be one of the ones on the field. So I know how those parents feel. And those children as well. Second down and 8, handoff. That's going to be Ash right there. He kind of did a little stop and start, and he's finally taken down. He gets a first down, and they are in Mustang territory. And Justin Ware kind of just hold on for dear life and gets drug about 5 yards past the line to gain. So it'll be first down and 10. Timeout. Referees take the timeout and wants to talk to the Wildcat coach, trying to figure out why. And I think they're going to get the play clock or the game clock, maybe.
They're giving high fives to somebody.
Not sure what they're doing. They're not. I don't know. The referee out there, I will tell you, he is very, very adamant about the clock being run. So not really sure what's going on. Anyway, first down and 10. That's what's going on the field. It's going to be handoff up the middle. That's Ash. And a flag on the play. They stopped the play. Yeah. So that's obviously going to be on the offense for false start.
Yeah, they were ready to go. I mean, they do that hurry up. And once quarterback gets under center, which also is very, rare nowadays. These quarterbacks, a lot more of them are just running out the shotgun. So, he got under there, but looked like somebody on the left side got a little quicker than the quarterback.
So it'll be first down and 15. Belgart under center. Handoff to Alsop. And the Wildcats.
Well, looks like he just got a little laundry for celebration.
Yeah, we're going to have after the play here, but it's going to be a touchdown still. I'm going to wait before I put it up, though, on my board. Yeah, he did a little mocking on it going into the end zone. It's going to be a dead ball foul and sportsmanlike conduct on Mount Enterprise. So the touchdown will remain. They'll put it on at the kickoff.
Yeah, I mean, it's, if Overton manages to start coming back on this, that we may look back at that. But
Yeah. I don't think. And
right now, they're rolling pretty tough. Overton really has no answer for this ground game right now, and they're going to have to figure that out.
Right, I agree. So here we go. 2-point conversion coming up. And it's good. So 32-8 is your sack. Don't go anywhere.
Ends up with a 2-point conversion. Our score was 4:50 to go in the first half. Mount Enterprise 32. Kick for the Wildcats, number 17, Rubio.
And I want to apologize if you're kind of choppy a little bit. We're trying to work on the best internet connection that we can get for you. So I saw that it was going a little for you, and so we're trying to get it fixed. Rubio, a good kick, going to go out of bounds. I think actually it was tipped. Was it hit?
No, I think it
Okay.
just he just came out, toe punched it, and just knuckleball towards out of bounds, about the 45. So Overton's going to have pretty good starting position on this drive.
Gotcha. 4:47 left in the first half.
And I will say on that kickoff, I can't see if he's still out there or not, but on that kickoff, number 28, Sean Lloyd, who was injured earlier, he was back out there. Looks like he had some fresh tape on an ankle.
Well, good deal.
But he is back out playing again. Yeah, there he is right there on the sideline right now. But, it's good to see him out, able to go back out and compete.
And we have somebody letting us know that Overton is a second half team. That's Sterling Galvin is a second half team. So we will see. And I was wondering.
Probably a penalty from the
And I think, Overton, they historically have done that in the second half. So let's see what they do. Hopefully they can get something going, though, for the first half ends.
Handoff by Steele. It's going to go up the middle. That's going to be number 5, Justin Ware. And a first down looks like, unless they spot him back a little further. But even though that's going to be, that's a first down. They sure do take forever to do that first down.
Yeah, Garrett Boney and Ethan Oates, they had a hole for him to run through on that one.
Pass to the outside. That's Edwards. Edwards kind of spins. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage and ends up gaining about 3, maybe 4 yards. Maybe.
Pass complete to number 20, Edwards.
Yeah, Bobbitt's starting to use those weapons. They're going to have to do something with Edwards, and then he'll just go to another weapon. They have tons of them on that Overton team, so let's see what they do.
Second down, pass to the outside. That's going to be caught by number 8, Jacob. Incomplete?
Incomplete, according to the back.
Oh, the back judge says incomplete. Oh. And that was actually Bryson Bobbitt. And the judge, the field judge says it hit the ground.
Pass ruled incomplete.
Yeah, and Bobbitt's not happy about the call. Unfortunately, this is high school ball. So they're not going to get a review. But, that's part of it. If he did catch the ball, referees are human also. So that's just one element of the game.
We're behind it, so we can't see anything. And still with the handoff, that's a little bit of a screen inside, and that's Edwards. He's wide open. Gets to the 15-5. Touchdown. No
laundry I see.
Laundry that I see. So that's a touchdown for the Mustangs.
You know, and that was a great play call by the Mustangs. Coach there drew up that play. I really thought they had a lot of inside penetration, but no, that was probably by design, and it just looked like a little bubble screen that got Edwards free, and there he went.
2-point conversion. Man in motion. Snap. Steal. 4-step drop. And runs it out. Finds the wide open receiver. That's going to be Jackson. Jacob Osborne in there for the 2-point conversion.
So, hey, you know, Mr. Galvan, like you said, you know, hopefully they are a second half team, but they're starting early. So,
yeah.
Let's make this a game.
So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching Friday Night Football on NetSN. Don't go anywhere.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
And we are back. So looking to kind of see what we can find here. Going to give you some scores from last night. There is a score, last night's game, Wascom and Big Sandy. And they tried to do an onside again here, Jason, but no good as Alex Ward jumps on the ball. Good job by him. Wascom takes care of Big Sandy last night, by the way, 55-16.
That was a previous week.
Oh, was that last week?
Yeah,
Okay,
I actually called that.
Okay.
Called that game.
You're right. I'm trying to find this week's scores.
I can tell you right now, in the second quarter, Beckville was up over Union Grove 23-8. That's
Okay.
on the NetSN app, which is free.
Well, I can't look on those things because I'm using my phone for others.
Brook Hill is up on Dallas Bishop Dunn 20-0. That's in the second quarter with 7:23 left.
And a handoff, that's going to be Ash. And gets it about a 5-yard gain.
Ash on the carry, on the stop.
That was amazing. He slipped at the line of scrimmage. His whole right leg went out from underneath him, and he still managed to keep upright and gain 5 yards.
Right. So it's going to be 2nd down and 5.
Jefferson is up on Liberty Ila. I can't ever say that. Texarkana, Jefferson, Liberty Ila. It's 13-7. However you say. Ilu. There you go.
Handoff to the outside. That's Thompson. Thompson's going to get a first down and a little bit more as he fights for the couple more yardage, but they do stop the clock. 2:47 in the first half. They're going to move the chains and start the clock back up here right now.
In the first quarter, Henderson was up on Chapel Hill 7-0.
Sterling Galvin says what's good about the Overton team, no matter the deficit, they are not going to give up. And we hope that. We'd like to see that for all teams that we watch, not just the ones that we're broadcasting, but of all the teams. And that's what makes it fun to do what we do.
And they are still flying around on defense. They are doing that. So,
and we've got that's going to be Alsop with the carry, and he gets hit in the backfield by Still, quarterback against quarterback there. Trips up, gains about 2, and the clock still runs. 2 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah, and they extended that play out, and then you got your defensive backfield came up, made a good play 2 yards. Anytime a defensive back is making a play and they're only gaining 2, that's great defense.
Number 3, Ash on the carry on the stop.
And that's going to be Ash on the carry, straight up the middle with a first down. And looks like we may have a timeout.
All right, timeout, Mount Enterprise.
Mount Enterprise. So with that timeout, we're going to take a timeout. And we'll be right back. Y'all don't go anywhere. All right, we are back. It'll be first down and 10. That's a fumble on the snap, but a good job by Belgert to get the ball.
And still gain some yardage.
Minute 25 and counting left in the first quarter, or first half. Handoff, that's going to be to Ash again. He gets to the outside, cuts it up the corner, and he steps out of bounds. Almost gets a free lane there, but he does. His right foot steps out of bounds at about the 13 or 14 yard line. They're going to mark it at the 14-yard line.
Check that. He's out of bounds.
He's out of bounds, so that'll stop the clock with a minute 16 left. Ooh, let me take that. I apologize. I'm watching the game and didn't take the timeout off. I apologize, everybody.
Yeah, just real quick. Grand Salene's up on Prairie Land Patriots in the second quarter, 28-0. Tatum all over White Oak right now, 28-0 in the second quarter. Grapeland is beating Tenneha 20-0. Just a bunch of good games. Canton is over Ford right now, 7-0 in the second.
And a handoff to also, he gains about 4 yards. And we got Lodge Lestad, who says Overton will be just fine. And Coach Laments knows what he's doing. We have no doubt about that. Probably knows a lot more than we do.
Definitely has built a great program in Overton. It went down for a little while, but these last couple of years, I believe, and y'all can correct me on this.
Mark it. There's a flag on the play. And it's a late flag. Can be unsportsmanlike conduct. They're saying, is it on Mount Vernon?
Mount Enterprise?
Mount Enterprise? I apologize. Mount Enterprise.
We're looking at all these scores and seeing all these different teams.
Yeah, they're going to call it on Mount Enterprise. Dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Mount Enterprise. So that's going to back him up with 54 seconds left. He stepped out of bounds at the 4-yard line. But that's going to back him up 15 yards. Not really sure what it was.
Yeah, I can't see. At this point where we are, I'm right at that corner over there is kind of hard for me to see it. But so I'm looking at where I can.
We have some talking going on. I love it. And Timothy Ganal, I apologize if I say that wrong. But Ash will play next level. New Orleans Saints have a running back from Mount Enterprise. And then Lestad states, I played for, I'm guessing, Coach Laments at Union Grove. And then Timothy said, I'm from Overton. Ash ran great against us last year, but we won. this game may not be over. Well, the game is not over till it's over, right? Trust me. And we know that from experience and doing this for as long as I've been doing it, and Jason as well, for any sport that we've watched.
Yeah, I mean, you'll hear me make a lot of comments about baseball, but, I'm more of a baseball person.
Right.
But, I mean, if anything shows us, look at the World Series game, Dodgers down 5-0, and who's the World Series champions?
Right.
Not the Yankees. Yes, I'm not a Yankees fan, so,
Good, I'd have to ask you to leave the booth if that was the case.
I was going to say, we may lose subscribers over that, but, Carthage up 14-0 over Rusk in the first. West Rusk 21-0 over Buffalo. While we're going around Overton's area, let's look at, I saw one from my alma mater. ARP is down 14-0 against New Diana.
And there's a conversation going on. Coach of Overton, not really sure what is being said.
Ooh, Love Lady is all over Cushing, 41-0 in the second quarter.
And that's you.
Speaking of Union Grove, they are down right now to Beckville, 37-8, but Beckville's a pretty good powerhouse right now.
And I'll be in Big Sandy next week for the Big Sandy Union Grove game. Handoff to Alsop's going to find a hole and get out about the 9-yard line. Clock is going to run. 43 seconds. They're going to go, well, they're not doing a hurry up. They don't really need to. It's 32-16. 2 timeouts for Mount Enterprise. 3 timeouts for Overton.
It's just 2 scores. Overton's very much still in this game.
And there's a flag on the play, and we're going to stop the clock. It's a false start. Didn't see any flags in the first quarter. Now we got all of them in the second quarter.
Yeah, they just had to get warmed up, I guess.
Good old Union Grove. My brother was a principal out there a while back in the early 2000s.
Well, back when I played, of course, that was like 30 years ago. Union Grove was in our district. Back at the early part of my career, Overton was in our district. I mean, Overton and ARP were about the same size.
Right.
As far as schools, Overton, the town was a little bigger and still is.
Yeah.
I'm just happy we got a taco shop in ARP.
My wife's from Groesbeck. We were there the last couple of days, and they're finally getting the McDonald's. Now, you're moving up in the world when you have a McDonald's.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm so proud to see towns going away from the trend. I mean, like, I'll use Jacksonville as an example. We've got some fast food places, but, we've got a ton of coffee shops.
Oh, yeah. Those are big deals. Lestad says Union Grove should beat Big Sandy. So, I was looking. Union Grove's doing pretty well this year. And it's going to.
Well,
we think they're going to take it. Well, they're going to take a timeout.
It's a timeout regardless. I just don't know if anybody took it or if it's just the referees having a discussion.
Lestad, my brother was a high school principal there. I believe it was maybe late to around the 2005 to 2010 era, I think. Kevin Whitman, he was out there as a principal for a little while, Union Grove. He loved it out there.
Yeah, Union Grove, I mean, it brings back a lot of memories. I do remember when they had the football field and there was no track around it. I mean, the bleachers were right off the sideline. So it made for some very interesting games.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, yeah. And, of course, then there's Athens where there was no track and you could turn around and there are the stands when I played.
Yeah.
Because I went to White House, but. All right, here we go. Oops, wrong thing. Here we go. Now you get this thing off here. It'll be second down. Thompson's going to roll to the left-hand side. He's going to get hit and still going to try to make it, but no. And another timeout's going to get called.
Timeout taken by the Wildcats. Their
Good
final
swarming defense by
That's going to be their
Overton.
final timeout. I'm sorry, Mount Enterprise is going to take their final timeout, I believe.
Yeah, I think
Yep, third and final.
definitely was. I mean, and you had Jaden Edwards come flying in, hit Thompson, but didn't go down. But, you know, the good thing about that Overton defense, like I said, they're still swarming, just like the chat's saying, you know, they're not giving up. That is for sure. So it's good to see these Mustangs staying in there. Maybe they can hold them without a score going into halftime, get a little momentum, and then come back out and make this tighter than what it already is. Because these two teams, 2 scores is not a safe score at all. I mean, at this point, though, I mean, if you're Overton, would you think about loading the box? I mean, because
I don't know.
all they're doing is running the ball.
It's going to be Ash trying to find a hole and gets through another tackle, gets to the 5 and out of bounds. He gets to the 6, excuse me. He's going to go out of bounds at about that area. And Ed, that's not somebody you want to see down.
Oh, no, not Jaden Edwards. You definitely don't want to see that if you're a Mustang fan.
Official timeout on the field.
And they're going to take a timeout. We're going to take one as well. We'll be right back. And a good thing, Edwards jogged off the field. Kayla Gurley with Let's Go Overton on the chat. Here we go. First down. And Ash is going to get slipped up, but he's going to come back on the opposite field, and he goes down. His hand, yeah, they're going to call him down, and a flag on the field because he took off his helmet.
Yep.
That's going to back him up. You can't do that, Mr. Ash.
Yeah, that's another one of the rules.
And it's going to put you off for a play because your helmet came off. You cannot, if I know the rule pretty well, you can't play the next play. You've got to stay off for a play.
Yeah, that's, mental errors.
And, of course, it's the end of the half anyway, but
you definitely got to show composure on that. Overton did a great job on that. But I mean, the athleticism of Mr. Ash, I mean, that was awesome. Maybe a little too much. From here we can't exactly tell.
No, I know his hand touched the ground. I don't know if his elbow may have hit. We can't see it.
And that's the first half. Score at the 1 half.
But that's going to be the end of the first half. We're here.
Yeah, I think Coach Ponder, after the fact. So, unfortunate for Mount Enterprise, but they do.
And before we take it to our halftime. And wait for the referees to figure out what they're going to do.
So far, it looks like they may be discussing how much barbecue they want to eat.
I'm liking that.
They're really good. References to the UT game. So, if anything on the crowd mic is.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to take a break real quick before things get a little bit too bad on the mic. We'll be right back for the halftime show. You're watching Netison.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas for proven, trusted medical.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's halftime performance. Join me in welcoming the Overton Mustang Marching Band. The Mustang Band is proud to continue the long-time tradition of precision military marching. The band is under the field direction of Junior Drum Major Kira Parker and Senior Drum Major Braxton Pierce. The band will perform to Parade of the Champions fanfare by Yoder, General Lee by King, Torch of Liberty by King, and Championship fanfare written by their fearless leader, Preston Parker. members of the week are Pretty Piccolo player Cyan Lavoie, and that trumpet heard for miles around Nick Santana. This week, the band competed at the State Military Marching Contest at Baylor's McLean Stadium and brought home 6th place out of 11 bands. We are proud of their outstanding performance. You make us so proud. The Overton Mustang Marching Band is under the direction of Mr. Preston Parker. Ladies and gentlemen, the Overton Mustang Marching Band.
This week, our junior high and high school Wildcat Twirlers hosted a clinic for our future Wildcat Twirlers grades pre-K through 6th grade. Ranging in ability to first-time twirlers to lifetime twirlers, these young Wildcats have put together an exciting routine for you tonight. Performing to the single, Easy Like That by John Marrow, here are your current and future Wildcat Twirlers. Give it up for your current and future Wildcat Twirlers. The Wildcat Twirlers are under the direction of Miss Jordan Jenkins and Miss Katie Ash. Katie Royce. And now to conclude your halftime entertainment, Mount Enterprise ISD proudly presents your Wildcat Marching Band. The band is being led onto the field by Senior Drum Major Angela Mejia. Tonight we're going to close our show with our high school twirlers who would like to perform to you their classic routine to the Wilson Pickett hit, Land of a Thousand Dances. Ladies and gentlemen, your Wildcat twirlers. Now stand up and holler, Wildcat fans, because here comes your Wildcat fight song. No, stop right there and play the fight song.
Tonight. Let your brother count on you every play tonight. Okay? And come out and have fun. The gates are locked. Ain't nobody getting out now. They can't run. The gates are locked. Let's bring the fight to him, got it? Yes, sir. All right, brother. Let's pray.
The Northeast Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live, visit us online at NetSN.
Family Circle of Care is a network of 6 community-based health centers providing affordable health care services to East Texas families. With 4 locations in Tyler, we offer family medicine, pediatrics, OBGYN services, internal medicine, and counseling. Our Jacksonville Health Center brings family medicine, pediatrics, and women's health services to the tomato capital of the world. And we serve our Henderson County neighbors at our Athens Health Center, offering family medicine, pediatrics, and women's health services. With a commitment to meet the needs of the communities we serve, we look forward to working with you as partners in care and are here for you and your family every step of the way. We accept private insurance, Medicaid, Medicare, CHIP, and offer a sliding fee discount for insured and uninsured patients. We serve everyone regardless of ability to pay. As CEO, I welcome you to Family Circle of Care, where compassion, quality, and healthcare come full circle.
Indicate for the Mustangs to start the second half, number 10, Still. Kickoff covered by number 18, Solomon, for the Wildcats. And they will start first and 10 from the Mustang 48-yard line. Number 12, Belgart, on the fumble and recovery. Flag comes in late. Personal foul face mask to call on the Mustangs. That'll bring up a first and 10 for the Wildcats from the Mustang 35. Three, Ash on the carry. On the stop for the Mustangs, number 54, Boney, number 66, Dorsey. 4-yard gain on the play. Bring up a second down and 6 for the Wildcats. Number 4, Thompson on the carry. On the stop for the Mustangs, number 56, Klima. That'll bring up a first and 10 for the Wildcats at the Mustang 21. Number 3, Ash on the carry, and on the stop for the Mustangs, number 66, Dorsey. 3-yard gain will bring up a second down at 7 for the Wildcats. Number 10, also on the carry. On the stop for the Mustangs, number 73, Oates. 2-yard gain on the play will bring up a third down at 5 for the Wildcats. Check that, third down at 4 for the Wildcats. 4, Thompson on the carry. On the stop for the Mustangs, number 17, Brown. Fumble on the play, recovered by Overton. Mustangs will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 18-yard line. Pass intended for number 20, Edwards, incomplete, depending on the play for the Wildcats. Number 2, Webb. And number 17, Rubio. Number 5, Weir on the carry. On the stop of the Wildcats, number 13, Durrett. 1st down on the play for the Mustangs. Pass complete to number 20, Edwards. On the stop of the Wildcats, number 10, Olsen. 6-yard gain on the play. I'll bring up a 2nd down and 4 for the Mustangs. Number 10 still on the keeper. On the stop of the Wildcats, number 6, Pollard. 1st down on the play for the Mustangs. They'll operate from their own 41-yard line.
And that's going to be hit.
Number 5, Weir on the carry. On the stop for the Wildcats, number 8, Otwell.
So that'll be 1st down for the Mustangs. And he's going to cut it up. Still's got it. Gets a 1st down and a little bit more. Does a good job.
Number 10 still on the carry.
And
number 70, Roberts.
Gets to the 30, 29-yard line of Mount Enterprise.
Number 5, Weir on the carry. On the stop of the Wildcats, number 15.
And off to Weir. Throw to Edwards. Edwards gets a good block and a 1st down for the Mustangs.
Pass complete to number 20, Edwards. We'll bring up a 1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
So the ball's moving, and so is the clock. 6:55 left in the 3rd. And a handoff up the middle to Ware, and he's still moving. Nobody's blown the whistle yet because he kind of flipped, he kind of somersaulted and flipped over one of the players.
Number 5, Weir on the carry. On the stop of the Wildcats, number 17, Rubio. That'll bring up a 1st and goal.
Still is going to run up the middle behind Ware and try to find a touchdown, and he does. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Okay. You know, they talked about this Overton Mustang team, 2nd half team. So, so far so good for these Mustangs.
So they're doing a good job. Apologize, I think I hit a wrong button. Did I cut you off, Jason?
Hey, my wife keeps looking for that button.
Throw to the outside. It's going to be
Number five.
That's Ware. And a 2-point conversion is in.
Yeah, he just got lost. Mount Enterprise didn't account for him. He was standing out there by himself.
And 2-point conversion, 24-32 is your score. Mustangs creeping on up as your score now, 32-24, 6:35 left in the third quarter. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
And we are back to see if we have another onside kick, Jason. You and I were talking about that, and we do. Man, it's going to go straight to number 25, Lucas Burkhart.
Onside kick fielded by number 25, Burkhart.
And we got a couple of other people on our chat. We love, if you're watching, go ahead and chat with us. We'd love to hear from you. We got another one. Ruby Richardson, the Overton school counselor, says Edwards and Still are great football players, but they are also outstanding human beings with strong character and integrity.
Awesome.
And that is wonderful. I have no doubt about that. And that's awesome to hear. We love that. I'm a educator myself, so I love to hear that from fellow educators. And then Carolyn Davis says, let's go Mustangs. So if you're listening out there and you're a Mustang fan, you got another one there in Carolyn Davis. It's going to be 1st and 10, a handoff to Ash, and he's going to be hit in behind the line of scrimmage by Rylan Holloman. Holloman's going to take him down. No gain by Ash. So a little bit of something at halftime was drawn up because Ash is not, as of right now, is not getting anything moving so far here in the second half with 6:10 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think Overton wants to see that Mount Enterprise passing game. They don't do it much, but they need to shut down that run and make them put the ball in the air.
And that's going to be handoff to Alsop. Alsop gets taken down from behind and very hard. Ethan Oates, the sophomore, number 73, moves fairly quick for such a large human being. Comes from behind and chases Alsop down. And I don't know if I'd ever said that about such a large person against such a fast person, but he does, and does a good job for that.
Yeah, in Alsop's defense, he was looking for a block at that point. But that don't take nothing away from that big man, because big man moving like that is always good.
And the slip on the grass, that's Ash. And he goes down.
And guess who was there with him?
Number 73, Ethan Oates. Getting into that backfield. He's making some good stunts and moving from that defensive lineman position. And I will say, you and I have talked about this before, grass is so much less forgiving or unforgiving, or however you want to call it, than turf is. You slip and slide. Handoff up the middle. Ash hit behind, but gets a good gain out of it. Ball falls on the ground, and it's going to be the Mustang.
Turnover on downs.
Turnover on downs. Anyway, the ball got loose, but he didn't get the first down. So,
yeah, I'm still waiting on Mr. Galvan to come back on the chat because, so far, like you said, second half so far has been all Mustangs.
So we'll see. And then, of course, Carolyn Davis is Carolyn Griffin Davis, mom of Coach Griff. But, yeah, Galvin said it's second half team. We'll see. Still with the handoff up the middle. And trying to see who that runner is. It's not Ware. That's going to be number 30, Gabe Miller, looks like. Miller, usually defensive side that we see him on. No huddle offense by this Mustang team. Second down and 2 after the 8-yard run. Still to the outside, Edwards. Edwards takes the catch, gets across midfield. First down and more Back to the line of scrimmage goes the Mustangs. Clock runs down. 4 minutes, 11 seconds left in the third quarter. Still behind center, takes it. Handoff up the middle. Miller, hole, gets about to the line to gain. Let's see if they give it to him. He is brought down.
Looks like they are right there on it. If they don't give it to him, it's inches. Yep, they're giving it to him.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him. He was right there. Taken down by Rubio on the Wildcat side. It's going to be 1st and 10. Throw to the outside, and that's going to be Bobbitt. Bobbitt tries to gain a little bit, and he does. Gets about 5 yards on the carry.
Pass complete to number 11, Bobbitt.
Aiden Rogers, number 55, team captain, chases him down.
5-yard gain on the play.
2nd down and 5, 3:33 left in the third quarter. Clock is moving. Still with the handoff, and that's going to be Ware. Ware gets the first down and a little bit more down to about the 17-yard line. Sorry about that. I was trying to see where he was, but yeah, gets to the 17-yard line.
Those big guys up front right now are winning the battle for the Mustangs.
Yes, they are, and they're tiring out this defense. And throw out to Edwards. He catches it and goes immediately to the ground. I don't know if he slipped, but it'll be a gain of 2, 1st down.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to settle in under it, and his feet just slipped out from under him. Still caught the ball, gained 2 yards. But obviously on a quick pass like that, they're really wanting to get him the ball quick so he can do something with his legs.
So 2nd down and 8 for the Mustangs. They're on the prowl here, getting close to the end zone with 2:42 and counting as the clock is still running. And not sure. I guess they're changing the football out. Still, a shotgun formation. Ware to his right. Fakes the handoff. Throws to Edwards. Edwards makes a move into the inside. Back to the outside. Gets a 1st down and a little bit more. And looks like he's going to be down to right around the 5, maybe 7-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal, Jason.
And still working that no huddle. So.
Yep. Still back. It's a 2-yard drop. Hands out. Throws to the outside. That's going to be Holloman in for the touchdown, Mustangs.
Holloman just started to the outside, put on the brakes, and his defender did not. And then he just trotted right into the end zone.
And the Mustangs just putting on the gas and not letting it go.
Yeah, I mean, we're a 2-point conversion away from a brand new ball game.
Yes, we are. So Bryce Steele is out there. Ware is going to be with him. 2-point conversion. Twins right. Still, they're going for the option, and it's going to be a fumble, and no good on the 2-point conversion. So the Mustangs still down by 2 with 2:11 left in the third quarter. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a new ball game here at Mount Enterprise at B.W. Jackson Field, and it's a doozy. If you're watching, stay watching. If you know somebody who needs to be watching this game, you better give them a call and say, hey, get on NetSN right now. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Family Circle of Care is a network of 6 community-based health centers providing affordable health care services to East Texas families. With 4 locations in Tyler, we offer family medicine, pediatrics, OBGYN services, internal medicine, and counseling. Our Jacksonville Health Center brings family medicine, pediatrics, and women's health services to the tomato capital of the world. And we serve our Henderson County neighbors at our Athens Health Center, offering family medicine, pediatrics, and women's health services. With a commitment to meet the needs of the communities we serve, we look forward to working with you.
And we are back, about ready for the kickoff after the Mustangs come back and get within 2. The kick is far. That's going to be to Thompson. Thompson comes around the edge and gets hit at about the 40-yard line, dives to about the 43, and that's where the the Wildcats will have it.
Yeah, and I got to give a shout out to Mason Rowe on that one. Thompson had a blocker in front of him. Rowe was coming up, so he just took out the blocker and allowed the cleanup to take care of Thompson on that play.
And the Mustangs had 14 unanswered points so far in this half. They were down 32-16, and they've come within 2 just in this third quarter.
Yeah, Mount Enterprise is going to want to get their running game going again, and we'll see how they do.
So 1st and 10, handoff up the middle, and Ash trying to get something going, gain of about 2, tries to bounce to the outside. Sorry, that wasn't Ash. Who was that? Oh, it was Ash. Sorry.
Yeah, that was Ash.
Yeah.
You know,
a lot of players running around. I'm trying to differentiate, but yeah.
Yeah, you worry about that because the one thing I've noticed about that Mustang defense is they are swiping at that ball relentlessly.
Yes.
So you obviously want to get more yardage, but you don't want to do it at the risk of putting the ball on the ground when you've already got 2 or 3 yards.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, just 2 or 3 yards picked up.
Heath Russell says, go Mustangs. Handoff to the outside. That's going to be Nash again, maybe?
No,
that's awesome.
That was awesome.
So we got Sterling Galvin said, I told you he would have second half team. So Galvin steps up again and says something.
There we go.
Heath Russell says, go Mustangs. Lori Hoffpower says, watching from Troy, Texas. I'm the great aunt of Jaden Edwards. Glad that you're watching. A lot of Jaden Edwards fans out there.
There needs to be.
Ruby Richardson says, yes, Sterling. And Lestad says, Coach Lamont made his adjustments. Chad Richardson, English teacher, and base team captain, Braxton Harper and Bryson Bobbitt working the early mornings and late nights to win. First down looks like by the Wildcats. So 30 seconds left in the third quarter, and the clock is going to keep running. And you're right. MVE Greasy says complete change of momentum, and the Big Mo has been changed. And Wildcats going to try to get it back here. Sterling Galvin, and just like that, we are back. You are correct. Ruby Richards says, okay, Mason. Kizzy Brown, let's go Mustangs. Sterling Galvin, Hold'em Mustangs. Kizzy Brown, Hold'em Mustangs. Got a lot of Kizzy's just getting it. Defense. Mustang defense. All right. That's the end of the third quarter. Woo! Trying to keep up with all y'all. Y'all are doing a fantastic job. We appreciate the watchers here, all the chats that are going on. Got a Houston, Texas with Miss Davis, Carolyn Davis, watching from Houston. We appreciate everybody watching. And we're going to take a break as that's the end of the third quarter. And got a doozy here. We're going to see what happens in the third as the momentum did change. And 14 points on the board by the Mustangs to get within 2, 32-30. We'll be back. And we are back, ready to start the fourth quarter. Handoff up the middle. Ash tries to find it and gets hit. Breaks a couple of tackles, but the backside pursuit there, Jason, just wouldn't let him go. And part of that was Ethan Oates, sophomore from Overton.
Ash on the carry, stacked up in the middle by Host and Mustang.
Yeah, and I mean, Ash has been running rampant. At least he did the whole first half, and so far he's pretty much been shut down at this point. He's a great runner. I don't expect completely to shut him down for the second half, but the way this Mustang defense is playing right now, that's their goal.
Right. That'll bring up second down, and after the no gain, it'll be second down and 10. Also gets the ball to the right-hand side, tries to find a hole, carries a couple of the Mustangs on a 4-yard gain for the Wildcats. And right now, if you're a Wildcat, not only do you look to scoring, but you're also wanting to bleed as much clock as you can and keep that Mustang offense off the field.
Yeah, I mean, right now, this half, they've had no answer for Bobbitt and his choices he's made. I mean, his checkdowns on his throws have been great. The plays called from the sideline have been excellent, and so far it's shown the second half.
We'll see what happens here. Third down and about 6. It's going to be a handoff to Ash. Ash finds a little bit of an opening, squeezes through, but gets just shy, about a yard, maybe 2 yards from the line to gain, and that'll bring up fourth down. Jason, you stay on the field?
Yeah, they're definitely going to stay on the field. I haven't seen them come off yet. There's no onside kick to have on a fourth down play, so that's about the only kicking we've seen for the most part in this game.
And you are in Mustang territory, so you are kind of in a 4-down territory, so to speak, and the clock is still running. So it's 10 minutes left in the ball game. You're up by 2. And it's going to be a quarterback sneak up the middle by Bellegarde, and he gets first down with a 3-yard gain there.
Yeah, and Ash came in almost like a Philadelphia Eagles tush push.
Yeah, and that's your best. That's the best outcome you could get on that, because first of all, you get a new set of downs. Second of all, the clock is still running, and you maintain possession. That's what you want to do out of this. So you have the lead. You're in your side of the field. The clock is running. Keep the ball going. It's going to be a handoff to Alsop to the right-hand side. He's tripped up behind the line of scrimmage, tries to stay up, and is unable to do so. Good job, to gain at least a couple of yards on the play.
Yeah, it looked like Cash Holloman is the one who blew that up over there and allowed the pursuit to get to him. Didn't quite get enough to get him down, but he slowed him up just enough where that pursuit got to him and for little gain.
So gain of 1. And taking their time right now are the Wildcats, and that's smart. That's what I would do if I was coaching. I would just run as much clock off the board as I can. It's going to be a toss out to Thompson, and Thompson's going to gain maybe 3. That, honestly, I'm surprised there's not a flag on the play for an illegal block in the back.
Yeah, Brody Brown came up and extended that even more and allowed Mason Rowe to get to the ball carrier, but still not much on the ground at this point. So far, the Mustangs' adjustments to that run game have worked the second half.
Gained a yard on the play, but once again stayed inbounds. Clock is running, 8:18 left in the ball game. Mustangs down by 2. Wildcats up by 2. They have the advantage right now. Mustangs have to make a stall, though, as Nash gets it, and he runs it back, finds it, trips up, and is trying to make it last. Ball goes loose. Mustangs say they have it, and they do. Mustangs with the fumble recovery as Ash tries to maneuver his way across the field to get a first down. He did get enough for one, but just could not hold on to the ball.
No, they came in, put a hit on him. Bobbitt Smart jumped on the ball at that point, and we're going to continue to call his name in this game, just like we're going to continue to call Ash. Just a great set of defensive plays on this.
So after the turnover on the fumble, it'll be first down and 10 from the 32-yard line of the Mustangs. 7:59 left, and now the Wildcats, who had kind of control, are now back on their heels. Handoff up the middle. And that was, I believe, Gabe Miller on the run.
Miller on the carry on the side.
Gain of around 4.
And right now it's just been a turn of fortunes. I mean, Overton's running game is working. And, Mount Enterprise has been struggling to get yards on the ground.
Throw to the outside. That's Edwards. Edwards going to try to find a lane. Pushes one off at around the 40-yard line. Stays on his feet and dives a little closer, just shy. They're going to put him down at around the 41-yard line. That's going to be a yard shy of the line to gain. Brings up a second down. And you're correct, Leanne Mackey on our chat says, never count the Mustangs out. Go green. And Ruby Richardson, yes, way to go Mustangs. We agree, they're playing well. Handoff to, that's a keeper by Still. Still gets a first down and more. He's past midfield and gets to about the 32, maybe 3-yard line. They're going to put him at 32, I believe. I can't quite tell from this angle.
And
all the way across the other side of the field.
That looked like a design quarterback draw.
Right.
Either that or he saw something and just made it look that good because he saw that left side open up and there he went.
That'll be first down and 10 from the 31-yard line. Hand off to Miller. Miller's going to run up the field wide open. Has a hole, and he just runs all the way through it. First down. Alsop is the one who stops him, but not before he gets a first down and more. And he gets to about the 15-yard line. 6:47 left in the ball game. Mustangs down by 2, and a timeout is going to be called by the Wildcats.
Yeah,
and they're going to try to stop that momentum, and I don't think they can right now.
I don't think they're happy. I think they made a late sub on that, or somebody, it was in one of their defensive packages, didn't get out quite like he should have, and they were at risk of getting called for too many men on the field at that point, so they had to burn the timeout.
Now, our Timothy Gano says that number 80 for Overton can kick and make field goals, and that's Jackson Furlow, the freshman.
Right.
If needed, he said, if needed.
Hey, so far they really haven't needed it.
Right.
You know, you had the one missed 2-point conversion, but, you know, I'm a big fan of kickers.
Yes.
I was a soccer
as
player.
well.
I was a soccer player for many, many years, and
that explains. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a lost art, especially in the lower divisions, the lower classifications. It seems to be a lost art, and you know, I love to see when you have kickers.
They do help. We had a kicker at White House when I played, and he was a soccer player, and he could just smash the ball. First and 10. Ball on the 15-yard line. 6:42 left. Still keeps the ball. Goes to the right-hand side. Finds an alley. Gets to the 10. Out of bounds at about the 9-yard line. That's where they'll mark him.
Flag down.
There is a flag down. It's going to be on the Mustangs, so that'll back it up.
Every single time, apparently.
And, yeah, according to the Wildcats fans, that happens every single time. Don't know what it was. Was it a holding penalty? I couldn't see what the ref made it really quick.
That's what I believe the public address announcer just said.
It was what it was?
Yes, holding.
Holding? Okay. Well, and I'm sorry. I've been doing this a long time, and I played football. There's holding on every single play. No, I don't care where you are. I don't care if it's Pee-wee, junior high, JV, freshman, varsity, NFL, college. There is holding somewhere on the field every single play. So, yes, you are correct.
Yeah, the question is, do you get caught?
Yeah. So, I mean, that fan is correct. Quit whining. You can't call it every time. And I'm not one to say, because I do it every time. With the Dallas Cowboys, I yell it from my chair on Sunday afternoons. Throw to the outside. I'm not quite sure. I don't think that's Edwards. Edwards is on this side. That's going to be, I believe
that is number 11,
Bobbitt.
Mr.
Yeah.
Bobbitt.
That's going to be Bryson Bobbitt. But I have the same complaint on the holding. So I feel for that fan, and I tell myself to quit whining too, because I'm the same guy. But it's just how it is. It's going to be second down. Still is going to keep it. He's going to go to the left-hand side into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs.
No flags.
I don't see laundry, but I do see 6 points on the scoreboard, and I do see for the first time in the ball game, Jason, a Mustang lead.
Yes.
So they're going to come out for a 2-point conversion.
Does Overton still call themselves Mean Green?
Honestly, I don't know.
I know they did back in the 90s.
Maybe some of the fans. Do they call themselves Mean Green still, fans?
I mean, it may be a 90s thing. Who knows?
They say, let's go Green Machine on here. Here we go. 2-point conversion. Still a shotgun. Ware goes in front, looking for a pass, and Edwards across the middle. 2-point conversion is there. And just like that, The Mustangs up 38-32, 5:47 left in the ball game. They come back down. They were down 32-16 at half. And actually, they were down further. They were down, what? At some point, let me look here. Yeah, I believe they were down 16-0 in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, Mount Enterprise came out and threw two scores on them real quick.
So a lot has happened just in this second half. And the Mustangs and Mr. Galvin, he warned us, and he was correct.
So now, we've got to be neutral.
We are.
We are. I mean, I really, now the Wildcats have to answer. They have to really dominate on that line of scrimmage if they're going to continue just exclusively with the run game, or they're going to have to start throwing the ball.
And with the things that they have, with the abilities that they have, they can do it. And there's the kickoff. That's going to go to a fair catch. That was number 15, Tanner Wilburn. And so, I mean, look, yeah, the Mustangs came back, and we're not going to put that past them. That was one heck of a run that they did, and they have done. They are up 38-32. But there's 5 minutes and 45 seconds left in this half. And Mount Enterprise has that ability. They have Thompson. They have Alsop. They have Ash. They have the ability to come back. So if you're the Mustangs, you do not go back on your heels, and you do not let up. And if you're the Wildcats, you don't just throw in the towel either. You have to go back to what brung you, and just still do it. Speaking of, there's Nash. Nash bounces to the outside, gain of about 3 on the play.
Yeah, great tackle by number 1, Mason Rowe, on that play. But yeah, I don't see the Mustangs sitting back on their heels. They didn't when they were down. I don't see them starting now. So this is going to be a good game till the final whistle, that's for sure.
It'll be second down and probably about 7 to go. It's going to be handoff to Thompson. Thompson follows his blocker, and his blocker kind of misses the block. And he's mad at himself for doing so, I believe. That's Aiden Rogers was his blocker. If he'd have made that block, Thompson would have been off to the races.
Yeah, and like I said, he's kicking himself on that,
Yep.
Visually upset.
Does get a first down, however. Let's not discount that, but if that block would have been made, life would have been a lot easier right now for Thompson.
Yeah, and you usually, so far in this, I'm sure they've done it other times, but, in the past, you've generally seen Ash and Thompson kind of rotate in and out. They're both in that backfield at this point, so that's a dangerous set for Mount Enterprise.
Handoff up the middle to Ash. Ash kind of bouncing around. He better be careful. He's going to lose the ball again, but he doesn't that time. He gets about a 15-yard gain on that carry.
Yeah, you saw exactly what I saw when he was trying to break loose that one tackle. He just slung that arm with the football in it.
Well, my dad used to call he's carrying it like a loaf of bread. You can't be doing that. You got to tuck that ball in and be careful. But a good gain by Nash to get a first down. 4:11 left in the half. Ball on the Mustang 41-yard line. And the Wildcats driving to try to get the score to get the lead back in this ball game. Hand off to Alsop to the right-hand side. Tries to bounce, cuts it back up. Gain of around 3 on the play. Goes down. Clock still running, 3:50. And yes, Miss Richardson, I do call him Mr. Galvin.
Carry on the stop for the Mustangs, number 3.
Unless it's Mrs. I don't know. I can't tell from text. It's a respect thing. However, I need to address that person. Just say Galvin. How's that? Just do that.
Yeah, I don't care how this game ends up at this point. This has been a great.
Oh man, I've had a blast for both. Just watching both teams, and all the stands are still full, as they should be. Nash takes it to the left-hand side, gets hit, and stays on his feet, kind of foot goes down as Ware grabs him. Rylan Holloman is there as well.
Steps out of bounds.
You know, and I love this. I'm, totally random, but those Mustang jerseys, I see a lot of dirt. I love
that. Just
white
takes
jerseys.
me back because let me tell you, if you walked into a lot when I played and you played too, when you locked into the locker room at the end of the game, if your white jersey was still white at the end of the game, that you got made fun of.
Yeah, and
handoff up the middle. No gain on the play, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
yeah, and Overton is looking at this. I mean, their fans are really into it across the way right now.
And it's getting loud on both sides as we can look across, Jason, and see the fans of Overton on their feet, and the fans below us from Mount Enterprise are on their feet and shaking the stands. And it is loud here in Mount Enterprise. And these fans for both sides are on their feet. 4th down play. Nash gets hit in the backfield, trying to find an open field. He gets it. And 1st down. And more to the 3-yard line. It looks like Ware may get him. 1:45 left in the ball game, folks.
Had a beautiful stiff arm on a would-be tackler. Just that sprung him. He was still about 4 or 5 yards short at that point. Stiff arm, then just beat the edge and made the line to gain perfect.
They're going to mark it at the 23-yard line of the Mustangs, and the Wildcats try to make their way 1st and 10. The clock is running. 1:35 left in the ball game. Here we go. Handoff. Nash to the left-hand side. Hit at the line of scrimmage and goes down.
Uh-oh.
And we've got a player down.
Number 3, Ash on the carry.
And Ash goes down, and he's up again, and he's fine.
73 is limping and asking for some relief for the Mustangs.
But the Wildcats go ahead and take a timeout. And while they take a timeout, we're going to take a short timeout ourselves, and I can breathe a little bit. I'll be right back. Along with Jason, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
And we're about ready to come back. And as you can hear, the fans on our side here on the press box side. That's what I mean by our side. The press box side are up, but so are the fans on the Overton side. We get to see across the field at them.
Yeah, not many people sitting down. That is
no, there
sure.
are not many people sitting down. I'm actually going to go ahead and stand up so I can see. Here it is. A big down here. Thompson has it. He's got one open field. 15, 10, 5, end zone, touchdown. Wildcats, what a play. There is no laundry on the field. And the Wildcats get in the end zone with 1:18 left.
Just perfect. I mean, they ran it almost looked like a counter play. Had a blocker running in front of him almost the entire way. He had one person to beat to that pylon, and he cut it in. You know, Thompson's not scared of contact, so he just cut it in and took it in himself.
And it looked like the defense was reading a little bit on on Ash, because he's had the ball the entire time.
Yeah, and that's that dangerous part about that Mount Enterprise offense. You know, when you've got Ash and Thompson in that backfield, either one of them are a threat.
Big two-point conversion here. It's going to be a handoff to Ash. He tries to get it in. He's no good. And with 1:18 left, ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie ball game here in Mount Enterprise. 38-38 is the score. Wow.
There's nothing to say.
No. Well, and we said they Mount Enterprise has the ability. The Mustangs had to do something. They had to step up. They had Thompson. They had Ash. They had Alsop. They used all three. And they got to do what they got to do, and they scored. Now, this is the first score they've had in the second half. But you know what? They did it when they needed it.
Yep.
And they tied the ball game up.
And now, which you very well could have an onside kick. We know that.
And they've been very successful in their onside kicks. And guarantee you that Lamance is showing and talking to them about that over in that Overton huddle right now, saying, dudes, do not let this get past you. Do not drop it. Grab it, drop to the ground, and hold it like, it's your baby sister. Come on.
Yeah, and now you've still got a minute 18 on the clock, and
3 timeouts.
And if Overton gets this ball, you got still in company.
Yes.
With that ball, and they've moved it rather well the second half.
Yes, they have. Here's the kick, and it's going to be an onside. And who was that? Trying to see number 2. That was going to be Holloman. Holloman takes it, drops it, does exactly what he's supposed to do. Drops to the ground. So now the Mustangs have it. They're going to have it at about the 46-yard line in their own territory with a minute 18 left in the ballgame. The Mustangs have all 3 timeouts. The Wildcats just have 1 timeout left.
Yeah.
And this is a big drive for this ballgame and for both teams as we are tied at 38.
Yeah, if you ain't here, if you're not watching this on the stream, where are you at?
And where are your friends? Because they're not watching the right game either. Here we go. Still, handoff. Where? Up the middle. Gain of about 3. And I imagine we're going to see that hurry-up offense as the clock gets down to about 1:08. Yep. Still. Receivers on both sides. Still tries to find one. Scrambles to the left-hand side. Gets a receiver. And no good. Incomplete pass. Intended receiver was, I'm trying to see who it is. I know Belgert, I believe, was the defender. Nope, I'm sorry. That's number 13, Bryce Durrett. He was the defender.
That was Holloman.
Holloman was the intended receiver, so that'll be third down. Clock has stopped at 56 seconds. So it's going to be third down and about 7 to go. Still, run up the middle, follows Ware, does not get as far as he wants, about a 2-yard gain. So that'll bring up 4th down and 5 for the Mustangs. Not really what you were expecting, not really what we wanted to see.
Yeah, not if you're an Overton Mustang fan.
They are in Wildcat territory, but not by much, as 4th and 5 is what they have to get. Still back, throw to the outside, and that's going to be Holloman with the first down catch. And he does go out of bounds, and that does stop the clock. Not sure if they're going to stop it for the first down markers or if they're going to stop it because he went out of bounds. But either way, it's 29 seconds left. Still all 3 timeouts for the Mustangs, and still in the backfield, shotgun formation. Ware to his right. Still 2-step drop. Trying to find a receiver. Goes to his left. Still with the ball. Cuts to the inside. He's taken down. No gain. He does get back to the line of scrimmage, but looks like a timeout is going to be called by the Mustangs.
Yeah, I think he really wanted something. I think he was looking for Edwards at that point. He had one briefly flash open down here on the other side, but by that point his shoulders were already turned. He was looking downfield and he was thinking he was going to have to run with it.
Hey, while we're going, can you look up some scores for us, Jason, while they're on a timeout? And that way we can kind of we haven't even looked at that. We've been so enthralled in this fantastic game.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I'm worried about anybody else.
Right. What games?
There's game.
There's no other games going on in East Texas right now, because the only 2 teams playing right now are the Mount Enterprise Wildcats and the Overton Mustangs.
Let's see what we got.
We'll be looking at those and bringing them to you here in a little bit.
Tatum is up 42-14 over White Oak.
All right.
Liberty, whatever.
Ilu
is up 27-20 over Jefferson.
Okay. We got a 2nd down and 10 here. And still trying to find a receiver. He's getting pushed out of the pocket, and he's going to throw it out of bounds. He's hit way after he throws it. but he was pressured by Connor Pollard. He was hit a good 2 seconds after he threw the ball, but no flag thrown, so 16 seconds left. It'll be 3rd down and 10 to go. Clock is stopped.
Just saying, Wascom is up 35-14 over Elysian Fields.
Sterling Galvin telling us on the chat, we have a great field goal kicker. Well, I don't know if he can hit from there.
His name Brendan Aubrey.
3rd down, throw to the outside. That's Holliman. And he's going to run out of bounds, and they're going to get not a first down, they're going to get a 4th down and about 3 with 11 seconds left. Big play for the Mustangs.
Since we talked about Big Sandy earlier, they are up 35-26 over Hawkins in the 3rd quarter.
All right. Here we go. Still has the ball. He's going to get a first down and a little bit more to the outside. He goes out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. A little bit closer in 5 seconds. So I'm wondering if that great field goal kicker that Sterling Galvin has been talking about, if they're going to try it.
That'd be about a 30,
long field goal.
35 plus. Doesn't look like any personnel changes at this point.
Nope. And the fans are going crazy, and it's going to be a timeout called by the Mustangs.
Chapel Hill up 21-7 over Henderson in the 3rd quarter.
That's a big one. A lot of people thought Henderson was going to take care of business on that one.
Yeah, earlier in the season, they looked like very much a surprise team.
Well, especially with that win over Kilgore.
Yes, for sure. Brownsboro up 23-17 over Bullard. New Diana all over ARP, 34-0.
What's the Carthage Rusk score?
49-7.
We were going to be doing, that was the game that I was supposed to do tonight. And then we got moved over to this one, which I'm kind of glad because this has turned out to be a fantastic game.
This one's better than 49-7 all day.
All right. Mustang offense heading out. And it looks like they're not going to kick. They're going to go for it or see what they're going to do. They've got trips to the right. Still in the shotgun formation. Still goes back. 5-step drop. He's hit as he throws. And that's going to go incomplete. And no flag on the play, so we're going to go
At the end of regulation, after regular time.
looking for anything we can find, and that's going to be the end of regulation. So we are going to go for extra. I was about to say extra innings. You got me on the baseball mark here.
Hey, gotta love it. We got basketball in between here and there, so I'm gonna take me a nice needed break. I coached basketball one time. We had a perfect record. We were 0-10. So I'm looking forward to the break and then get into some baseball.
So referees are going to come to the field. I don't know why I'm wondering what they're coming in the middle of the field for.
Well, if it is anything, just saying baseball, if it's anything like baseball, I mean, you got to kind of discuss what rule set you're under. So you would think, high school officials, UIL competition, that there would be that one set, but, it just depends on where these officials generally are from.
Right. And now, usually, and I don't know, I have not done an overtime game in a long time. Back when I did overtime, both teams got the ball at the 20-yard line, or I don't know where it was. They both got it in the 30, maybe the 25, 30-yard line. And they had a chance to score. And then if the first team scored, the other team had to score. And if the first team kicked a field goal, the other team had to score to win. It was that type of situation. And then it was sudden death after that. First team after that. So each team got a possession from a certain point in the field, and then after that they started at the same point, but then it was sudden death. Whoever scored whatever the score was won the ball game.
I just really miss the older days where, okay, let's just add a 10-minute quarter and just play for 10 minutes, and whatever the score ended up, that's what it was, unless it was still tied, and then you just did it all over again.
But a big game here in Mount Enterprise. If you are just joining us, or if you've been watching, y'all been watching a fantastic game. If you just joined us, where have you been? Your mother and I have been worried sick about you. You should have been here the entire game, because this has been a fantastic game to watch. Looks like the coaches are going to come to the middle of the field and kind of discuss what they're going to do for this game. And we're going to kind of watch.
Well, I mean, I guarantee you probably the meeting in the center of the field is going to be pretty competitive too. I mean, the whole game has been great. And just a testament to these coaches. Yeah, Beckville opened it up on Union Grove. The last update, or the final score, 50-14.
So we're just staying quiet because we're trying to see what they're doing down there. Jason's going to look up some more scores for you.
Yeah, I was just looking. I mean, Overton's coming off that big win and against Alto prior to this. And, so they've got to be riding high on that, where, Mount Enterprise coming off a loss to Lovelady, pretty big loss. So, both teams really want this, the standings in district. I mean, Lovelady is sitting on top at 4-0. Grapeland, I'm not sure if their game's finalized or not yet, but they were in second at 3-1, right there with Overton. Mount Enterprise right behind both of those. So, this game, has playoff implications. It's district. And these other towns are really watching, especially Alto, who's just sitting right behind both these teams. Brook Hill, final score 41-6 over Bishop Dunn.
Seems like we've got our rules down here. Let's see who's going to have the ball and who's not. And I think that's how it's going to be. They're going to do at the 20-yard line, or the 25 maybe. And yeah, I think that's what it is, Jerry. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. They're probably going to have the 25-yard line. It's both teams are going to have the opportunity. That's a hard word to say. They'll have the opportunity to get a score. So let's say Wildcats will get it here. If the Wildcats score a touchdown, then Overton will have an opportunity. That's going to be handoff to Alsop. Alsop finds a hole on the right-hand side, gets about to the 21-yard line, to the 18-yard line.
Also on the carry. Tripped up by number 10. Still.
So these are non-timed, by the way, so the clock is not in play. So what will happen is if the Wildcats score a touchdown, Overton will have the opportunity. If Overton scores a touchdown, then the Wildcats will get the ball back at the 25, and then it's going to be sudden death. So whoever, Wildcats can then kick a field goal, win the game that way. Handoff. Ash, excuse me. I don't know why I keep saying Nash. It's Ash to the left-hand side. Gain of 1 or 2.
Tripped up by number 17.
And it's going to be a third down in round 2.
I'll bring up a 3rd and 2.
Now, here's a kicker, Jason. If the Wildcats do not score, let's say they go 3 and out or 4 and out. Let's say they turn over on downs. The Overton will get the ball on the 25. Overton can kick a field goal and win the ball game.
Yeah.
It's over. Because all they have to do is score something. Or they can get close and kick a field goal. So that's how that can work.
Gotta love kickers.
Hand off to the outside. That's Thompson. Thompson gets the first down and a little bit more. And that's going to push him around the 10, maybe the 9-yard line.
So Mount Enterprise is driving at this point. They're able to hit those lanes. Most of these yards are gained on the reading the blocks in front of them. I mean, it's not like a defined hole. They're going to a point of contact and then looking for where is it opening up. And both these Ash, Thompson, both of them are really good at that.
Fantastic ending of a ball game here. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Ash trying, unable to get much. Well, I say that. He got about 3 yards.
Looks like he's maybe at, about the 6-yard line?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to spot him at the 6-yard line. So 4-yard gain.
This angle is
yeah,
tough.
we're at the far end of the press box, the furthest away from where the action is right now. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and goal from the 6-yard line. Handoff. Actually, that was a toss to Ash, and he goes backwards, and he's hit hard. And I think he lost a yard.
Yeah, that looked like Justin Weir came in and just put a helmet on him.
Yeah, he lost a yard back to the 7-yard line.
I don't know if he lost his footing some. I'm not trying to take anything away from Weir, but because that was still a great hit. I haven't seen Ash go backwards like
either.
that. So
not all game, not at all.
But regardless, great defensive play.
3rd and goal from the 7-yard line. Allsup in motion. Handoff to Thompson. He gets hit, breaks the tackle. He has an open field, breaks another tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. Woo! He got hit and just kept on trucking.
That's that. He seeks contact. That's what I like about him.
He's what we call a bruiser.
Yeah, Ash is a finesse runner. He is a great runner, and he is not scared of contact either, but Thompson almost like seeks it out.
So a big 2-point conversion coming for the Wildcats here. And they're up 44-38.
And I don't care who comes out on top of this game.
I have no dog in this fight. This has been a fantastic game.
It's just been great football.
Love it. Here come the Wildcats to the line of scrimmage. Little tush push. And the 2-point conversion is no good. So 44-38 is your score. The Wildcats tried to get it up there, but they do get ahead. And now it's time for the Mustangs to get out there. They'll have the ball at the 25-yard line. We'll take a really short break, and we'll be right back. You're watching Overtime here in Mount Enterprise on NetSN.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
And we are back now. It's the Mustangs' turn, to get into the end zone. 44-38 is the score. Edwards in motion. It's going to be a toss to Edwards to the left-hand side. He tries to find a hole. He cuts up the middle. He finds one, and he's drugged down, but not before he gets into first down territory. Does he get it? Yeah, they're moving the chains. He gets a first down. It's going to be about an 11-yard run. They're going to spot him at the 14-yard line. First down and 10 from the 14 after that one play. It was a heck of a play.
Yeah, definitely get him involved in this.
Spread formation, Steele, shotgun, Ware, handoff up the middle. He's got a hole. He's going and knocks a man around, and he gets really close, almost to the 1 yard line.
So Overton answered
yeah,
back
that's where they're going to spot him. So 2 plays that they get to the 1 yard line. It's going to be first and goal from the 1 for the Mustangs. Steele's going to keep it. It's going to go up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown. Wow. 3 plays, 25 yards. And we are a point away. Because if they're going to, what do? You got a field goal kicker? You going to try to kick it?
I think you're going to ride. Well, yeah, they're
going to kick it. They got number 80 out there, which Sterling Galvin said, number 80, Jackson Furlow.
So here we go.
So this could be it, ladies and gentlemen. And a timeout is going to be called by the Wildcats. They're going to try to ice the kicker.
I love it. I love seeing that kicker. I love seeing the white jersey.
Yeah, hadn't been out there all game. He's a freshman.
Here we go.
Jackson Furlow, a freshman. And the game rests on him as it is 44-44 here in Mount Enterprise. Pardon me, I'm losing my voice here. This has been just a fantastic ball game.
This is what Friday nights are about right here.
And it breaks my heart that somebody's got to lose.
Yeah,
that's what kills me. Is one of these teams has to lose. One of these teams has to go home, and they're not losers because God, these teams have busted their behinds. But here we go. I am on my feet. Jason's on his feet. All of the fans here at B.W. Jackson Field in Mount Enterprise are on their feet. Jackson Furlow. The kick is down. Kick is up. Kick is through. The kick is good. The kick is good. And the Mustangs have come back from behind to win the ball game. 45-44 in overtime.
Wow. Just great ball game. I mean, this should make some highlight reels on every local station in this area.
Man.
I don't care if it's 2A football or what. This is what high school football is all about right here.
Fantastically played. And I just said it before. I hate that somebody had to lose. Because I will tell you, Mount Enterprise played one heck of a ball game. And let me, I don't want to go home. I don't because I'm so riled up now. It's just like, well, all right, let's play another quarter. Because these guys played this is football. This is why we do this. This is what we do this for.
Yeah, and this is going to make that, because what? I think I've got about a 45-minute drive to the house. Yeah. I said, I'm going to be hyped up that entire 45.
Yeah, I got an hour drive. Yeah, you got 45, I got an hour. This is fantastic. But you know what? All good things have to come to an end. My heart goes out to Mount Enterprise, but I tell you, you have fantastic fans. You have a fantastic team. And I would be lucky and blessed to be able to come and do a game again for y'all. Overton, congratulations to the win. I'll hope to be able to do a game. I know why Jaron likes doing y'all's games, and he'll be back with y'all at some point in time, and we hope to be able to see both of these teams possibly in the postseason, because we're going to be doing some playoff games. So hopefully we'll be able to see both of these teams in the postseason. But a fantastic game, Jason. Man, I'm glad that you were here with me to do it.
Enjoyed it.
And all right, for Jason, Rob on the camera, and myself for NetSN, we are out of here. Hey, I hope y'all have a great weekend. It is now November. We're getting close to that Thanksgiving season. And we just went through Halloween, so I hope you had a good night last night. But be thankful. Tell those around you that you love them and that you're thankful for them. And we'll see y'all next week. Have a blessed weekend. We're out.
Lean on your brother tonight. Let your brother count on you every play tonight. Okay? And then come out and have fun. The gates are locked. Ain't nobody getting out now. They can't run. The gates are locked. Let's bring the fight to them, got it? Yes, sir. All right, brother. Let's pray.
The Northeast Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live,